here for both candidates, which really flows on from what we just spoke about for our children, and addresses our adults as well. But would you, either of you as Mayor, and the Council as a whole, think about providing community buses on both Russell Island and Macleay that community groups and sports teams can use when going to fixtures on the mainland? Also be used to show all the people around our islands as well. There is no transport, and unless we have some form of community transport, our groups have to rely on themselves and cars and all the rest to get around. So, Karen, your turn. There you go.
I think I can probably answer that similarly to the last question. For example, Boys Town have 3 or 4 vans that they normally park in their driveways, wherever they might be, in Glasgow or in Redmond. Can I come back to that? That's how it's important to engage these other social enterprises in your island. And I know that Boys Town have a particular focus on southern Macleay Islands because of the issues that have occurred in the past. For Council to deliver that, as you've just heard, from an operational point of view, would cost you 10 times more than it would cost anyone else. So partnerships are critical, and we can help provide the support in the way of, support letters for organisations as such, to get funding from various levels. There's community gambling benefit funds, there's all sorts of grants out there, and of course then you need the manpower. And I think if you have ownership of the community of those sorts of assets, you're going to actually use them better than what the council could ever provide you. So I think it comes back to that last question and building those partnerships and providing that transport. And it might not be Boys Town, that's just someone that I have a fairly close relationship with. It might be Horizon, for example. Sorry, you Horizon mentioned on that bit. Just as an example of social enterprise, it's doing good things for whatever part of the community they're working for, in partnership with us and in partnership with you.
One of the things I'd like to see is revisit the bus service on the islands. There was an experiment some time ago which I think went sort of somewhat pear-shaped for a whole variety of reasons. But I think we do need to look at an on-island bus service to assist a whole range of people. We've certainly helped with staff transport being able to come over here. But one of the things, you can have so many buses. They were telling me today that on North Stradbroke Island there are 12 community buses. And those 12 community buses, that's buses with the various community groups have, cost a lot of money to register, to insure and to operate. So we need to be able to look at how it can be efficiently done. You've got a number of buses. You've got a school bus which is limited to being able to be used on certain
But have you ever tried to hire it? The cost is prohibitive.
That's right. So you've got cost factors involved in it, as well as the sheer logistics of being able to use, only able to use it in certain times.
Yeah,
Then you've got some small buses, and you've got a great service when people come for the water taxi. There is an issue. To bring tourists to the island, there is no transport on island. And that's other than the generosity of the Golf Club and the Bowls Club and those groups who come down and pick people up from the water taxi. So on-island transport is a real issue. And I think what we need to do is to sit down, rather than take a presumed or assumed response, is to sit down with the various players who have those buses, with council, with other agencies, to see what can be the most effective use, because those buses are expensive, and they're expensive to now register and to operate. So rather than have a plethora, I agree we need to sit down, get all the people around the table and say, how can we provide a service on the southern Moreton Bay Islands that is going to achieve that goal, that will allow the teams to be going to and fro, that can be used both on and off the island, but particularly will provide a service on islands, not only for young people and for teams, but for community groups, to get to the arts precinct, to get to all of the places which we don't have, to get to the Bowls Club, which is not within walking distance. So, yes, certainly agree, but we need to do it in a strategic and responsible manner, otherwise we're just going to impose costs on a lot of other people. If we can support an existing group, I'm all for it.